happening within the tyre industry. We've got Rajiv Budhraja, the DG at Automotive Tyre Manufacturers Association, joining in on the show right now. Rajiv, hi, morning. Great to have you on ET Now. Rajiv, just wanted to, understand what's been your reading with regards to auto sales and how sustainable the trend looks as we, step into the second half of the fiscal.
Hi, morning. Uh, I think on the whole, it's been a good going both for the auto and the tire sectors, especially in H2. As we know, it's at the back of, some of the very favorable sort of developments and factors. One, of course, has been the GST reduction, which came in end September. That's made the October, November, and the December, sales and outlook very, very sort of encouraging and promising. Quarter four also looks to be very sort of, positive at the back of these headwinds, the tailwinds. So I think on the whole, it's been a good going both for auto and tire sector as far as the demand side is concerned. And I hope that this trend continues as we sort of transit into the next fiscal. Moving on with a positive, I should say, outlook.
Okay. And hi, good morning. This is Harsh also joining in, Rajiv. Rajiv, what's the sense like with regard to raw material prices? How are rubber pipe prices behaving? Because Q2 was particularly strong where tire manufacturers was concerned. What are the trends playing out now, and what's the anticipation like?
See, rubber prices have been, I should say, stable for a while now. I think more than the prices, the concern for the industry is on the availability side. That's where we are finding that the overall domestic supply has been, stagnating at a certain level, which is just about 60% of the domestic demand. So the dependence on imports for rubber will continue, and that has its own, play in terms of the logistics, the availabilities, the shipping issues, and so forth. So I would say domestic rubber availability is a matter of concern, and as demand continues to be very, very encouraging and positive, somehow the supply side outlook for rubber is not very promising. And this is notwithstanding the fact that the tire industry has, played a very important and pivotal role in terms of going in for rubber plantation in collaboration with Rubber Board in the Northeast. And we have just about, going to complete 200,000 hectares of domestic rubber plantation, new plantation in the Northeast, the 7 states there.
Rajiv, but in particular, when you talk about tires, how is replacement demand versus new demand panning out?
Both have been very positive, I should say. Replacement, particularly in the commercial segment, has been good from the the CV side at the back of good infrastructure spent by the government. Even the consumer spending on the higher side. The overall manufacturing activity has been good. The GDP numbers were very, very impressive, for quarter two and going forward also. So I think this time, both on the OEM and the replacement side, tire industry has been, witnessing a good sort of outlook and demand. Exports, I should say, against the US, uncertainties and tariff policies, and being the largest, single largest overseas market for India, I think the US exports are a bit of a concern and an uncertainty. And we hope that things will get better there as well.
Right. And what about exports? How are they shaping up amid all the global demand supply disruption that we hear about?
On the export side, last year industry crossed 25,000 crores for the first time, which is a record high on a turnover of almost 1 lakh crores. That's about 25% of the revenue, coming in from exports. As I mentioned, with US being the single largest market, tire companies are now looking at, exploring other markets, other geographies, and also looking at certain niche areas where, the share can be increased, where there can be better value realization, and Indian exports can, make a consistent sort of mark there. So I think I would say exports could be a little bit under pressure, but definitely, are going to witness growth in this space as well.
Okay, Rajiv, we leave it at that. Thank you so much for coming in and speaking with us, giving us that perspective with regard to the industry and how trends are playing out. But out of time, viewers, on this edition of First Trades from Aisha, myself, everyone who puts this show together, thanks so much for watching. Stay with us here on ET Now. We have more action lined up in mid-cap.